are going to be doing some writing. So you'll want your journal and a pen. And then if you have clarity essential oil blend or rosemary or peppermint, we'll work with that. Technically, all of those should be diluted with the carrier oil. But
Okay.
when it's hot like this, I just put peppermint on straight because it's hot. I don't worry about it.
I
Uh,
have a topical mist of peppermint oil.
oh, I'm glad you said that, Dominic. I think I have a spray bottle of peppermint. I could use it right now. Let's see if I can find it. No, it's this. No, not peppermint. Oh, we used to have a spray bottle of it, but it's gone. Anyway, I say let's go ahead and dive in. So this month our theme is called Birding Through the Fog of Illusions. And a lot of insight, talking to other people, things like that. I think Rosario, when you and I were talking last week, the idea really hit me about this anyway. And then it just kept kind of snowballing and getting more ideas around it. But basically, if you've ever been on a mountaintop at sunrise, or if you've been up in an airplane before the sun rises, and there's fog on the ground, everything gets shrouded in that mysterious fog. And the fog can be very beautiful, especially if there's a mountain sticking out of the top of it. But it does obscure the view of what is beneath it. And, if you've ever been on a morning hike, or if you've ever been to San Francisco, or even here at certain times of the year, the morning sun will start to dissipate and break up and burn off the fog. And eventually everything becomes clear again. Similarly, there are some areas in our personal lives and our collective consciousness that are very much shrouded in fog. So it's on an individual level, but it's also on that collective level where individually we have things that we've believed and bought into, even subconsciously, that aren't necessarily true. And they can be negatively impacting us. They can be holding us back or keeping us from something we really desire. We are going to use some breathing techniques, some reflective questions, and we're going to move some energy this month to act like that sun that burns off the morning fog. We're going to use these techniques to clear out and clear up anything that's keeping us from the truth, because truth and clarity, at first, when we first face a hard truth, it can be difficult, challenging, maybe a little painful. But once we've gone, okay, I can deal with this, I can face this, once we look at it, that's when we can start to move into freedom and empowerment and forward momentum. So it might be like a little ouch at first to find some wonderful positive momentum in our lives. I want to do a breathing exercise that fits very well with this, just like the sun burning off the morning fog. I want to do a unique twist on breath of fire. So breath of fire, we've done it many times. It's a very heating breath. But we're not going to do just plain breath of fire. We're going to combine psychedelic breath with breath of fire and then some breath holds. And what I love about psychedelic breath is it helps us be able to retain our breath out longer. It helps us to be able to do those breath holds longer than we normally would. So psychedelic breath is in the mouth, out the mouth. And I always like to think of it like you're breathing into the belly first, then the chest, and then out the mouth. So belly, chest, out. Belly, chest, out. And then breath of fire is forcefully breathing out through the nose. So it's all in and out through the nose. Zero effort on the inhale. All the focus is on the exhale. And it's a forceful exhale pushing the navel back towards the spine through the nose. You might get a little something come out your nose if you're doing it properly. And it looks like this. And I already got stuff coming out my nose. But fortunately, we're all at home, so that's okay. So I'll tell you how this is going to go. We'll go 3 rounds total. The first round is going to be 15 seconds of psychedelic breath. Like that. And then we'll do 15 seconds of breath of fire. And then we're going to go back and do 15 seconds of psychedelic breath, and then 15 seconds of breath of fire, and then 15 seconds of psychedelic breath, followed by 15 seconds of double time, double speed psychedelic breath. So we'll end on psychedelic breath. Then we'll breathe in and hold the breath in briefly. We'll exhale out. And you two are very good breathers. So I'm going to lengthen our breath retentions. I was only going to go 45 seconds. We're going to shoot for a minute on the first round. And the second round, we might shoot for like 75 seconds. And I might check in with you after that and see if you're up for it. Trying 90 seconds. It's very much doable, but not easy. And I'm not at 90 seconds myself, but you guys are both really good breathers. So who knows? So let's go ahead and get comfortable. I do recommend putting your feet on the ground for this one, sitting up nice and tall, shrugging the shoulders up, down the back, closer together behind your heart to open up the chest, the lungs, the front side of the body. Let me get my timer ready so I can time us. All right. And go ahead and empty all the air from your lungs. We're going to do psychedelic breath, belly, chest, and out, in and out the mouth. And let's begin. Belly, chest, and out. 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 Breath of fire. Back to belly, chest, and out. Belly, chest, and out. Belly, chest, and out. Belly, chest, and out. Breath of fire. Belly, chest, and out. Belly, chest, and out. Double time. Breathe all the way to the top and hold. See if you can sip in just a little bit more air and hold. We're only going to hold this another 10 seconds. Feeling the lungs full, even bringing the energy all the way up to the collarbones. And then sigh it all the way out the mouth, all the way to the bottom. And leave the breath out. Hold the lungs empty. And find a way that's comfortable or a position that's comfortable for your body. You may want to lean back a little bit, tilt your chin up. That works for me, but it might not work for you. And just imagine yourself in the most peaceful of settings, like a place where you have found the utmost in inner stillness and inner peace. A place where you're not worried about anything. You're not thinking about the future, but you're just still and present. At one with yourself, all parts of you so integrated, complete, whole. We just have 5 more seconds if you're able to hold it. 2, 1, breathe all the way to the top. Sip in a little bit more air and hold the breath in, lungs full, bringing the energy all the way up to the collarbones again, and enjoy that feeling of being very, very full. We're going to hold it for just another 15 seconds, feeling that fullness after the emptiness, noticing what that feels like. Just 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Allow your breathing to return to normal for a round or two as we reset and prepare for the second round. We are going to try for 75 seconds after we do all the breath of fire and the psychedelic breath. I'm going to try to go for 75 seconds with the breath hold out, lungs empty. If you can make it, great. If not, do the best you can and catch back up with us. And I want to encourage you to go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Shoulders are back, lungs, chest, rib cage open. Empty all the air from your lungs. Let's begin. Psychedelic breath. Belly, chest, and out. Breath of fire. Belly, chest, and out. Making it circular as you go through this. One more. And breath of fire. Belly, chest, and out. Double time. Breathe all the way to the top and hold the breath at the top. Sip in a little bit more air all the way up to the collarbones. Feel that feeling of fullness at the very, very top and sigh it all the way out to the bottom. Leave the lungs empty. Find a position that's comfortable for you as you are able to hold the breath out. Sometimes for me, rather than closing the throat off, I leave it open, but I'm not breathing. Sometimes that works better for me, but just listen to your body. What does your body want to help it feel comfortable while you are in that state of emptiness, stillness, no effort? And I'd like you to picture a quiet place within that is very illuminated. Notice the color of the illumination if it has a color. This inner place may be very bright, or it might be a very soft light within. But it's a place that just is very still, protected from wind, protected from external noises, and we just have 10 more seconds to go. If you're still with me, and just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe all the way into the top. Hold at the top if you are able. Sip in just a tiny bit more air, bringing the energy all the way up to the collarbones. Maybe you can even feel the sensations of fullness in your ears, eustachian tubes, head. Almost done. Just 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sigh it out. Notice how you feel. We're just going to do one more round. I will guide 90 seconds. If that's too long for you, I understand. Just do the best you can. And you might find that after all this intense breath of fire and psychedelic breath, that 90 seconds isn't all that bad. You might surprise yourself. Everything will remain the same on this round, except for going for the 90-second breath hold out, lungs empty. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall, check in with your posture. Shrug the shoulders up towards the ears and then down the back a little bit. Empty all the air from your lungs. We'll do psychedelic breath in and out the mouth. Let's begin. Belly, chest, and out. Belly, chest, and out. Breath of fire. Belly, chest, and out. Belly, chest, and out. Belly, chest, and out. Belly, chest, and out. Breath of fire. Belly, chest, and out. Belly, chest, and out. Double time. Breathe all the way into the top. Sip in a little bit more air. Hold the breath at the very top. Feel the sensations of fullness. I'm just going to hold the breath for another 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Sigh it all out. Lungs remain empty. I'd like you to find that place of stillness within yourself. In this place of stillness, nothing else comes in, just your own awareness at the soul level, the soul part of you observing all parts of you, the soul part of you observing your physical body, but from a place of peace. The soul part of you observing your emotions from that place of stillness. The soul part of you observing your thoughts and beliefs from a place of calm. The real part of you is the observer, not the feeler or the thinker or the doer, but the observer. As we just have 10 more seconds on this breath hold out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe all the way into the top. Sip in a little bit more air if you are able, bringing the energy up to your collarbones, even bringing it up into your head, holding the breath. Feeling the fullness that comes after emptying out. We're halfway through this hold. Just 10 more seconds to go. 5, 4, Three, two, one, and sigh it all out. Just take a moment to observe, go within, notice how your energy may have shifted, how you may feel different now than before the breathing exercise. And just see if there's anything here for you, anything your soul, your mind, your body, your emotions want to gift you from this breathing exercise. And when you're ready, I invite you to come back. I just want to check in with you. How was that for you? It's okay if it was intense or difficult. Maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't. How was it for you? How do you feel now?
It was intense,
Okay.
but it
Uh,
was good. I did it. I did the 90 seconds. I was surprised I did the 90 seconds.
wow.
Well, I
You
feel like I
are
was spaced out for a good 45 seconds.
the last part or the first
The
45?
first part, after the breathing and then holding it in, and then I was in some other plane of reality for about 45 seconds.
Wow. Okay. Well, that kind of is sort of the point of the breathing exercise too, because it definitely allows you to go places.
Hmm.
Wow. Hope it was worth the challenge to get there. Thanks, Dominic. And Rosario, how about you? How was it?
I I couldn't hold the 90 seconds. I'm not really good at holding the breath, but I still had that experience that Dominique said because I couldn't hold it, but still it became so quiet that I didn't realize where I was until Dominic started speaking. Mm. So yeah, I came back to his
Wonderful.
voice. That
Good.
was amazing.
Maybe we call this blast off breath, like it blasts you off to other dimensions or something. So,
Yes.
well, thank you both.
No,
Well,
that's awesome.
I want to just start diving into our content. Illusions. So, illusions about ourselves and our lives and our world can come from all kinds of places. We definitely get some illusions about us, our lives, our world from our parents, our culture, our families, our spiritual traditions, teachers, even school. Not every way that we think or everything that we believe is based on illusion. Yet, if we are willing to spend some time reflecting on all of this, we we can uncover some obstacles that we may not have realized were blocking us so that we can overcome them. I want to share some personal blockage that I am currently in the process of uncovering and exploring. I am not done uncovering this or understanding it yet, and when I look at it, it's still kind of one of those ouch, painful things to look at. But in looking at it, it's helping me. Like I can feel that uncovering this, excavating it, digging it out is helping me to go, okay, if I can face this and acknowledge this, then I can choose a different path. I can choose a different mindset and I can be free. So it is a little bit like an open wound still. It's kind of tender, but it's something I'm actively working on, and I'll just share it. I absolutely love the work that I do. I love teaching. I love helping people one on one to dive into the deeper meanings and purposes in life. There's nothing else I want to do other than this for a career. Nothing. Yet for quite a while now, I have felt very stuck in my progress and unable to grow, unable to reach new audiences and really connect with new people. And on Saturday, I went to dinner with a friend and got a lot of new insights around this. Um, my friend works in marketing, and I told my friend, I hate marketing. I'm not good at marketing. I don't like marketing. And he was very wise to say, if you hate it, it's probably not the marketing itself. It's probably something within that you need to take a look at and work through and figure out. Um, and so through that conversation and subsequent conversation since dinner on Saturday, I came to realize what it's about. When I see people, and a lot of this is subconscious, but sometimes it makes its way to the conscious level. When I see people who are successful, particularly in anything related to spiritual teaching, yoga teacher, meditation teacher, coach, pastor, anything like that, when I see people who are successful, I'll get this like cringe guttural reaction. Like I just feel judgment, I think is what's coming up, but it feels awful. And at first, I really thought, okay, why am I feeling this? I thought it was only judgment. Judgment that, while they're successful, maybe they did something dishonest to get successful. Or then judging myself, like, well, I should be doing better than I'm doing. Why am I not doing better? And then I would judge myself. And I think that's part of it. But as I dig in deeper, I realize that I have had a big history of encountering spiritual teachers and healers throughout my entire life who are narcissists. I have met so many narcissists. When I was a kid, our pastor, oh God, almost every pastor we had of the churches my family went to, they were almost all obnoxious narcissists, like that just thought so much of themselves, like they were very arrogant, you know. They one got in trouble. He got fired because he cheated on his wife with his next door neighbor. And then the other one got in trouble with the tax revenue service because he didn't pay his taxes. And then another one was just a bad person. Like he just was so arrogant. Like I just saw that. But then in the yoga realm, I've seen it time and time again. Teachers, especially male yoga teachers, that are just very arrogant and in it to see who they can have sex with. And, it's more about who can they sleep with and actually the love of the content, the material, the teaching. And I know not every spiritual teacher is like that, but I've met so many of them, and some I've had personal work with and contact with. And it's been really frustrating. And then, Rosario, you told me an interesting story that I've seen in other places besides, but there was a famous spiritual teacher who did a little deal with some spirits to get success. And
Yeah, he
that's
would
not the
use
only
the
time I've seen
energy,
it. What'd you say?
use the energy from he would use the energy from all the people that gathered, and he wow, thousands of people went to see him, and he would gather that energy for his own purposes, and it was at some point it became super evident to me, and it was like, whoa, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That story, when you told me that, it's always stuck with me because I've seen it on a smaller scale. I know he's very famous, but I've seen it on a smaller scale with people I've known personally that have done that same thing. Like take everyone's energy, and ugh, I see that and it I realized that it was creating a huge blockage in me because there was a part of me that was falsely believing that if I am to be successful and visible and grow in the work that I do, then that means I'm probably not a good person. In fact, a part of me believed that if I am to be successful, it would mean I'm a soulless narcissist. And I have believed that. And
Wow, Toby, what a
yeah,
realization. Wow.
Yeah, it was huge, and it's like, I don't wanna be a soulless narcissist, so I have played small and believed that, well, I'll just not be successful so I don't become a soulless narcissist. I am still working on this one. This is a big one, a deep one that has roots that go deep, and I'm working on it now actively. But in acknowledging this, I realized, "Oh my gosh, I've had a whole frame of reference, a whole paradigm, a whole mindset, much of it subconscious, not at the surface level all the time, that has held me back and blocked me. And it's been shrouded in this mysterious fog that keeps me from realizing why I'm stuck. I think I know why I've been stuck now." So, anyway, I share all of that with you because we all have stuff like that. And you know what? When we're 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, we are still going to be uncovering things like this. Not because we failed or we're bad people or whatever, you know. It is part of the human journey. We are going to keep uncovering things like this. And I think the important thing is to not fall into self judgment and go, I should have figured this out already. I should have worked through this already. No, it's like when things are ready to be worked through, they reveal themselves, they come to the surface, you know. And this one was ready to come to the surface. So I want to dive into a meditation for you so that you can burn through the fog that's shrouding any illusions in your life that's keeping you from freedom, happiness, health, joy, abundance, whatever it is that you're meant to have, that you're ready to have, that maybe you are missing right now, or whatever is shrouded in fog that's ready to be revealed. Let's do a meditation and some breathing to clear that fog so that you can see. If you have Clarity Essential Oil or peppermint or rosemary, great. I will give you the technical dilution rates. If you're working with Clarity, technically it should be diluted 1 drop carrier oil to 1 drop essential oil. If you're working with peppermint, technically it should be 5 drops of carrier oil to 1 drop of peppermint, but I have been slathering straight up peppermint on all day because it's hot and I'm not dead. So, and then if you're working with rosemary, I believe it's 1 drop of rosemary to 1 drop of carrier oil. What I want to recommend is that you make a small reservoir in your left hand of the essential oil that you will be working with. We're going to apply it on a few places. If you did dilute it, give it a little mix with your index finger. The first place we're going to go is the third eye. Just press and massage here, and I invite you to take a deep breath in here, in through the nose, out through the nose. You receive that aromatherapy there. And then we'll do both temples. Once again, as you press gently on the temple, take a breath in through the nose, breath out through the nose to receive that aromatherapy. And we'll do the same on the right temple. Breathing in to receive. Then we'll go for the heart. Breathing in at the heart. And then right below the navel as well. Just below the navel. Kindness, tenderness, apply that essential oil there. And breathe. And rub your palms together. Bring them up to your nose and let's take some breaths. We're going to do 6 slow, deep breaths together. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhaling through the nose to the belly. Exhaling through the nose. Breathing all the way down to the tips of the toes, through the nose. Exhaling from the toes, through the nose. Breathing into the fingertips, through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Breathing into the heart and exhaling. And breathing into the mind and exhale. Whenever your arms get tired, bring them to your sides as you keep your eyes closed. You're going to scan the physical body, the entire physical body. Just scan and observe. Notice any part of the physical body that is asking for attention, either from pain, tightness, tension, pressure, whatever it may be. Just notice and observe. And then we're going to scan the mind, emotions. Notice anything that's standing out. Maybe a particular emotion is begging for attention, or a particular memory is stirred. And then finally, let's focus on the energy body. Scan your entire energy body. The spine, the chakras, the meridians, the aura, all the way out to the edge of the aura. Notice if there's any part of your energy body asking for attention. And as we scanned all parts of your being, if you were to choose one part that particularly stood out, asking for attention, a part of you that said, hey, listen to me, pay attention to me, I have something you need to be aware of. Which part of that would it be? Physically, emotionally, mentally, or even an energetic part of you? And once you've identified that part of you and chosen that part, let's tune into the wise guidance and illuminating light of our souls to understand what's going on there. What is there? What is asking for attention? What needs to be acknowledged or understood or excavated? Take a pause to feel that. For my visual meditators, imagine that as you zero in on this part of yourself, that it is covered in thick fog, very dense. And there's something underneath that fog that wishes to be uncovered, seen, understood, revealed. If you're having a difficult time visualizing, that's fine too. Just imagine the feelings of having a part of you that's shrouded in fog. And imagine that the light of your soul is like the morning sun. It's very bright, powerful, warm. Imagine you could turn up the brightness of the light of your soul. And you feel that that mysterious fog is being burned off and dissipating, getting thinner and thinner and thinner, until you can finally start to see or feel what has been hiding beneath the fog. Feel what is there. It could be a false programmed belief. It could be a fear that is yet to be acknowledged, or it might be something else altogether. Take a moment to mentally give it form, or perhaps to start to create language around it to describe it. When you're ready, let's continue this reflection into our journals. The main focus of this part of our journaling will be about acknowledging what is coming to the surface, what is being revealed, what has been hidden under the fog. Not necessarily needing to focus on the solution now, just acknowledging it, excavating it, understanding it. Let's take about 5 minutes to do that. I'll get us a little music going. I can find it. Right. I want to check in with you. Do either of you feel comfortable sharing what was revealed to you that was hiding, that was ready to come to the surface?
Hey, Toby, I can go.
Please.
Um, so for me, it's about being seen, and it actually kind of ties. It reminded me of this came up. I was listening to a podcast, and the woman on the podcast said that she realized she would get like jealous and envious because there was someone in her company that used to wear certain outfits and used to get attention, and she was the type that would always push that attention away. This girl. And she found out that she was jealous of her because she wanted the attention and she wasn't allowing herself to have it. So with me, I think it's around being seen. Um, I think I think I believe I want to have a quiet life and to be in the background, but I think subconsciously I do want to be seen by people. Um, and I get jealous of others when they get praises for public speaking. Yet when I do the public speaking and I get the praises, I downplay it.
Mm.
Um, and then this goes back to me not wanting to come off as boastful or prideful. Because I feel like if I were to accept those compliments, then I'd be, well, who do I think I am type of a thing. Like, you know. So I just want to be like, no, 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 that's how I always share, or that's how I always present and stuff like that. Um, and that oh, the other thing too that I also came to when I was doing this is that the more I am seen, the more that my mistakes are on display for everyone.
Mm.
So, if I were to say something dumb and it's only in front of five people or three people, at least only like three people heard it. But if I do it in front of 20 people or 30 people or 50 people, now that's going to, enhance the embarrassment I'm going to feel. Um, and I'll have emotional discomfort over the fact that I wasn't perfect. I think the thing that I need to practice is learning how to quote unquote perform without attachment. Um, Learn to be seen without identifying with the spotlight.
Beautiful. Wow. I think we got some similar things to look at there.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Thank you for sharing that, Dominic. That was powerful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rosario. You're welcome.
Would you like to share, Rosario?
Yes. And it's very interesting because I think the three of us were going around the same kind of themes. That's amazing. And you know what? It's wow. What Dominic said and what you said is like really, I think that we have had like such nasty role models for shining that we don't want to be that. But like it's, I think for now our task is to recognize that we can shine in a way that is compassionate and loving and inclusive and everything, instead of abusive, because that's what we tend to see, that people that are in the limelight are very abusive, and we don't want that. We don't want to be that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, what I identified was like first there was like a pain between my shoulder blades, and it's interesting because what I got is like it's time to spread my wings, and yeah, that was awesome. And in like what that means to me right now is be me in every circumstance. I'm like the weirdest bitch in the planet, and I will allow myself to be that in every circumstance because it's like I'm no longer gonna put any kind of facade for anyone. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they were gonna go running like asking for help when I show up as me. I don't care. Like do what you want, and it was very interesting because I remember just today, it's very interesting that the three of us went through things of that kind related to that just before this and then this. Uh, just today, I was remembering this psychotherapist. She was very sensitive to energy and everything. And I was in a course with her, and she told me, you know what? Your energy is super big, so it can be intimidating. And so maybe doesn't your energy doesn't leave a room for the other people to be closer to you. And I kind of said, well, that kind of makes sense. But today I had this experience that oh my God, with a guy that I actually like. Um, my my energy was just like completely on. And so I was talking to him, and he even took steps back because my energy was so big. And instead, that had happened to me before, and before I was like, shit, I should pull my energy in. So, and but today it was so different. Today it was like it felt good actually. It was like, wow,
Wow.
look at how powerful my energy is that he even had to take steps back because my energy was so big. And I was just talking to him in a nice way, but my energy was big. So what? And it's like, for the first time today, I said, yes, my energy is big and I enjoy it. I love that it's so big. And whoever gets spooked, too bad, because I'm not gonna hold back my energy anymore ever again. I don't care what happens. My energy is gonna be there, and I even thought about consciously expanding it and like letting it like show consciously all the time. And I felt so good today. It was such a good day, and it's in line with all of this. So just like let it show and enjoy its power.
That's beautiful. I love
Thank
that.
you.
So not playing small, not holding back, and
Exactly.
realizing that it doesn't mean we have to be egoic or narcissistic to
Exactly.
be big and be seen and take up space.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Wow. I love it.
Yeah.
This is a
Me too.
hard one for some reason. I don't know why, but
Yeah, yeah, it has been really hard for me too. And it's you know what? No, it's the time to show everything that we are and know that it's okay and it's beautiful actually. And I think that that would encourage other people to show everything that they are and show their big energy because we do have all big energies. We have contracted them, but if you show up with all your energy super expanded, other people will be inspired to expand their energy too. So, yeah. Hmm.
wow, thank you for sharing, Rosario.
Thank you.
Well, what I would like to do is another meditation. So, after the fog lifts off and we start to excavate and understand what was beneath the fog, how do we move forward? Where do we go from here with this? You do have the option, if you'd like, to just breathe in a little bit more of your essential oil, clarity, peppermint, or rosemary. Any of those are great because they're all very cleansing, activating, awakening. If you'd like to take some breaths, please join me for about 3 slow, deep, full breaths, breathing into the pit of the belly and out through the nose. And let's take 2 breaths into our aura, inflating the aura. Not falsely inflating it to the size it's meant to be, the expansiveness it's meant to be. Breathing out through the nose, another deep breath into the aura, charging it up with the color of light that feels appropriate to you. And with your eyes closed, now that we know what was hidden, shrouded beneath some fog, there's a path forward. But the path forward does not exist on a map, nor can it be found in any kind of GPS screen. The GPS, the way forward, is found within. In this moment, your soul is starting to speak to you about what needs to be done so that you can move forward and no longer be restricted or stuck. Feel, listen, receive the steps forward within your heart and soul. And continue meditatively, reflectively moving into your journal with what you're sensing, what you're feeling. We'll take 5 minutes or so in our journals. All right. Do either of you feel like sharing anything that was coming up?
Yes.
Please.
When I loved what you did about about like I can't even remember your words, but what you directed us to do, it felt like, oh my god, like me inhabiting more of my energetic space, my electromagnetic space around me, and it felt like my body was filled up with energy, my physical body. So it's like, wow. Oh my god, I love it to be. So it's like, wow, maybe, yeah, that's all we need in order to feel super alive and super energetic, like really expanding through our whole energetic body consciously. Wow, I wonder if it would feed our bodies even like with the energy we need. I don't know. That's speculating, but even we wouldn't even need food, maybe. I don't know. What I thought was really special. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad. Take up that space.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. That's what that means. Just realize. Yeah.
For Rosario, thank you.
Thank you.
Dominic, do you feel like sharing?
Sure. This one, I'm going forward. I need to get into a situation where, for at least a small amount of time, I am the center of attention. But I have to figure out how to balance not to take all the air out of the room while also being seen. Um, I need to bask in the spotlight when I'm in it and enjoy the opportunity, but then let it go once it's over. So not to get, because there's a temptation. I think that's where a little bit of the fear is that I get a rush from it and I don't want it to stop. And I don't want to be someone who requires to be the center of attention. So I think it's about finding that balance of, I'm out with friends, for 5 minutes, an hour, be the center of attention. Tell a really good, engaging story that everyone's into, and then let other people have time to speak and stuff like that. Yes, yeah, don't cling to it, and then don't cling to it. And then if I make a mistake, feel into the emotions of why I'm upset, what the mistake was. Why am I upset that I made a mistake? Why is this an issue? If I'm embarrassed, I'm just feel into the emotion of embarrassment. And the same thing with if I get absorbed in the spotlight, feel into that emotion too. So what is it that got me absorbed? Usually if I'm going to be in, if I get absorbed by something like that, it's probably an insecurity that I have. 'Cause I'm clinging to needing attention in that scenario. So where's the insecurity coming from that I feel like I'm not going to be getting other opportunities to be in the spotlight again?
Wow. Wow. Deep insights, beautiful things for us to all practice
Thank
and be
you.
very
I
aware of.
can I share something else because it was coming to me too, and I forgot to tell about that. I remembered what after we did that about like filling all our space. Um, I remembered about Amma. Do you know the hugging saint?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you
I'm
heard of
a
her? I went to see her once, and you could actually feel her energy 2 blocks before getting there. It
wow.
was like the whole city changed. The energy in the city changed 2 blocks to where she was. Like it was like so clear. Before that, it felt a certain way, and then 2 blocks into her vicinity, it was completely different. So I am wondering, like, if all this business about oh, don't take space and don't it's about really not like repression from people in power
Mhm.
that makes us think that it would be too bold of us or too like too egotistical of us to want to take that kind of space. And in reality, in taking that kind of space, you're feeding the environment with your energy,
Mhm.
and maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Our frequency is more important than anything that we do that can be quantified for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you both. I love this topic. I think next week we're going to take a look at the collective fogs of illusion, things that we believed collectively, or ways that we've been deceived collectively, and clearing up some of that and how to move forward. And at some point, either next week or the week after, I'd love to do a little bit of yoga nidra too. It's always, I feel like we need regular yoga nidra to just reset. So I hope you have a beautiful, illuminated, taking up energetic space rest of your week, and that this stays in the forefront of your mind and you're able to find beautiful opportunities to practice your path forward and to be the fullness, the bigness that you came here to be without attachments and without ego taking over the show.
Yay.
Have a beautiful, empowered, enlightened rest of your week. And I look forward to seeing you again very
Thank
soon.
you.
Thanks, Toby.